Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Pastor Darrell from The Quest in Galesburg, Illinois. Glad to have you with us again today. And fighting the lighting in here. It's a weird time of year. The sun keeps shining and it's behind a cloud, so it's affecting the light in the room. But hey, it'll be all right. You didn't really come to see me, more to listen, right? I want to talk about something I've shared so many times. I talk about things that happen from real life, and it's like one of the funniest things, and I'm sure most of you can relate to this, is doing the dishes last night and stuck my hand in the water, got a very tiny cut right on the tip of my finger. Wasn't even severe enough that it really bled. I mean, a drop or two of blood, and that was about it. Didn't think any more about it till this morning, and I reached down and picked up a shoe. My finger hurt like crazy. Went in to take my shower this morning. My finger was burning, and it's like, tried to tie my shoe, and it was hard simply because a little cut. I mean, literally, if I showed you on the camera, you couldn't even see it. It's so small. But that little cut is disrupting my entire life. And it got me to thinking about what the Bible has to say about the body of Christ. You know, in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, let me read it to you. I'm just going to kind of skip around. Verse number 12 says, the human body has many parts, but the many parts make up one body. So it is with the body of Christ. Some of us are Jews, some are Gentiles, some are slaves, and some are free. But we've all been baptized into one body by one Spirit, and we all share the same Spirit. Here's the thing I want to talk about, and I think many of you know already as I'm going there, but it's so important for us to understand. You know, a lot of times in churches, we think this person's more important than that. Let's look at pastors. People think we can't survive without a pastor. Can I tell you, a pastor is just one part of the body. Your favorite singer, they're just one part of the body. A teacher, they're one part of the body. Let's look at reality from my perspective, what I was sharing just a moment ago. Little bitty cut on my ring finger of my right hand. Tiny little cut. It's disrupting everything today. Try to button my shirt, it hurt. Tie my shoe, it hurt. Picked up something, it hurt. And it's disrupting things. I mean, it literally stung enough that I stopped using it. I tried to put it aside. Well, that's often what we do in the body of Christ. We think we're not as important, but what we don't realize is when we're not there. Let me speak to those who are very sporadic, if ever, in your attendance at church. You're part of the body. When you're not there, it disrupts the flow of everything. Give you a real life story. Something happened many, many years ago. My brother was in an accident, lost all of the toes on one foot. He was only about 20, 21 years old at the time. But at that age, Jerry had to learn how to walk all over again, because without the toes, we don't really give a lot of thought to them until we stub a toe or something like that. But he lost all of the toes on one foot. He literally had to go to therapy and learn how to walk again. They had to put a weight in his shoe. And it is something that has stuck with me all these years. Something we don't give any thought to is so vital to your life. You think it doesn't matter much, the tip of one of your fingers. One of my best friends growing up, when we were in our senior year of high school, lost just the tip of his finger. And I remember Rick telling me over and over how that totally changed him, because things he took for granted he couldn't do anymore, or he had to relearn how to do them. Well, I want to tell you that as a part of the body of Christ, you matter. You may think I'm just a toe. You may think I'm just an insignificant part. But each part of the body is vital. When one part is absent, it affects another. And when you're not there, it hurts the rest of the body. It causes the body to have to readjust. Most of you who know me know I have a really bad knee. I've had several operations on it. When that knee flares up and I begin to favor that leg, next thing you know, my hip's hurting, and then my back's hurting, and my neck's out of alignment. It affects my entire body because of the pain in a knee. That's what Paul was trying to tell us in the body of Christ. We are all so important. Paul wrote in verse number 21, trying to read my Bible. It's on the other side of the room here. It says, the eye can never say to the hand, I don't need you. The head cannot say to the feet, I don't need you. He said that our bodies are many parts, but God has put each part just where He wants it. Do you understand? God has you where He wants you. Quit eyeing somebody else's position, somebody else's place, and thinking you need to be there. God has you right where He wants you. And if He wants to move you, He will move you. But let Him do that. See, those parts are required. right where they are. Paul says that many of the parts that we consider less honorable are the most needful parts. All of you together, he says, are parts of Christ's body, and each of you has a part in it. Let me assure somebody today, you're important. You matter. You may think you're insignificant and the church would never miss you, but the church will miss you. So don't you dare give up. God bless you. You come back and see me again tomorrow at the Quest.